Dr. Anthony Obin, Emmanuel Labi Amwa, Joseph Kobna, and many others. Now, Honorable George Mirikuduka will chair the Finance and Sponsorship Committee. Other members include Moses Ahmad, the President, James Asilfi, the CEO, and Nana Kofi Boache II. Now, the board member in charge of administration, James Asilfi, will also chair a 10-member Protocol and Operations Subcommittee with Vice President of the club, Rose Lynette Osebonsu, chairing the Ticket and Safety and Security Committee. Patrick Akoto will head the Communications Committee, while Ebenezer Edu will chair a 5-member Marketing and Promotion Subcommittee. And all this is to make sure that Mediema are well placed before their first Champions League competition participation.
I just wanna feel this moment. Come on. I just wanna feel this.
All right, now let's do something from the corridors of the Ghana Football Association. And IT managers of football clubs in the Western region have been trained on the newly introduced digital registration with QR code for registered players and officials. Now, the one-day training which took place on Monday in Takoradi was attended by IT managers of Division 2, Division 3, Women's Division 1 and juvenile clubs in the Western region. Now, with the registration of players and officials for the season already underway, it is imperative that the GFA takes IT managers of the various clubs through training before the season kicks off. Now, the Ghana Football Association from next season will not print out players and official licenses as the licenses will be generated by the clubs themselves for their matches, necessitating this engagement. Now, meanwhile, the FA and the French Football Federation through the France Embassy in Accra have entered into a partnership to develop women's football in Ghana. The project, which is being funded by the Foreign Affairs Ministry in France, will have young players, referees, coaches and the technical personnel go through a series of training and exchange programs in Ghana and France to perfect their skills in various fields. Now, the French Football Federation has sent a delegation to Accra to hold discussions with officials of the Ghana Football Association on the way forward and offer suggestions to make the collaboration a success. And they met with the president of the FA, Keto Kreko, yesterday. All right, and let's check out something on Ghanaian players abroad. And Kudus Mohammed is still interested in Manchester United, but there's been interest once again coming from Brighton and Hove Albion, and they will want to see him join their club. And so we hear that Brighton are also making efforts to get to Ayash to make sure that they get a signature of the Ghanaian international. Therefore, Ghanaian defender Patrick Kojo has advised his compatriots against moving to Moldova to play. Kojo played in Moldova, placed in Moldova for Sheriff Tiraspol, and debuted for the Black Stars in their Nations Cup qualifier against Madagascar a fortnight ago. Now a week ago, he started his professional career in Sweden for AIK Athens, but surprisingly switched to play for Moldova. Speaking in an interview, Kojo has been explaining reasons for his move from Sweden to Moldova and why he thinks the Eastern European country is not a correct destination for Ghanaian players.
I was convinced because of the winning against Madrid and the promise that I'll play Champions League, Europa League. So I was convinced. That's when I joined them. Of course, it's very good playing qualified Champions League and Europa League group stage. It gives me motivation and experience because I play against top players and it gives me confidence.
Tell me a bit about playing in Moldova.
Well, what I can say is Moldova is. For me, I won't advise anyone to play in the league. Is not that good, but the only team which is good is our club, which is Sheriff, which always win every time. But the league is not that strong. Now, against some experience, I try to move on now. Now I can mention now.
All right, so Patrick Kojo there for you. Staying more with the domestic front, in the Ghana Football Association presidential aspirant George Efree has donated an undisclosed cash amount of money to Alhaji Ahmed Bando, popularly known as Bamed, in the at the latest residence in Accra. Now, this is due to Alhaji Ahmed's amputation of his left leg a few months ago. Now, former GFA vice president says that Bamed's immense contribution to the development of football in the country stirred him to reach out to the former CEO of Bamed Travel and Tours. Now, to say Bamed has contributed to football is an understatement, he said. Back in the days, he will pre-finance trips for our national teams, he said. Okay, now since tomorrow is the Salah, and a typical Muslim Alhaji would have done a lot of donations on occasions like this, and that's how come George Free decided to make that donation to him. Now, Bamed expressed gross thanks to the astute football administrator for his gesture and endorsed his candidature for the forthcoming GFA elections. All right, now let's now turn our attention to some international stories, and we start on the transfer market. And Arsenal have made a third bid for West Ham's Declan Rice worth £105 million, which, if accepted, will make him the most expensive British player ever. The deal breaks down as £100 million initial fee plus £5 million in performance-related add-ons. Champions Manchester City had their offer of £80 million upfront plus £10 million in add-ons, making it £90 million for the midfielder, but the bid is still or fell short of West Ham's valuation. Now, former City player Stuart Pearce believes Rice would find it difficult to turn down Manchester City's approach.
Actually, it's a painful.
Thing about Declan, he's turned down big money over time at West Ham. They've offered him big money to sign longer contracts, and he hasn't done that. He's done it for the right reasons, for footballing reasons, and his family have got their heads screwed on. So he'll make the right decision for him. Whatever decision he makes, I hope it's the right one for him. I think if Manchester City come, it's a difficult one to turn down. I really do. And I think that statement of intent, if it is Manchester City to the rest of the league, will almost blow a few of them away straight away before we start.
Also, okay, so the Salah first is today. Is it Idil Fitr or is it okay? This is Idil Adha. All right. Now, Manchester City have signed Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea for an initial £25 million. The deal for the 29-year-old is also worth a possible £5 million in add-ons, and he has signed a 4-year contract to be with the Citizens. And Tottenham striker Harry Kane is interested in Bayern Munich, and according to reports, Kane will be open to an offer to play for the German champions, but an opening offer of £60 million plus add-ons for the England captain will be deemed too low, as Tottenham will be expecting in excess of £100 million, according to The Guardian. Now, Spain goalkeeper David De Gea signed a contract extension with Manchester United, but the Old Trafford club backed out of the deal and have instead offered him a lower salary than they had originally agreed on. This, according to The Athletic, and this is coming at a time when David De Gea is considering whether to stay on or to move on. Now, Liverpool are ready to rival Real Madrid in trying to sign Paris Saint-Germain's France forward Kylian Mbappe, 24, with a bid of more than €300 million. That's about £258 million, according to FIFA agent Marco Kedime. Now in Italy, Inter Milan are set to make a new bid for lone Chelsea striker, that is Romelu Lukaku, with a 25.8 million option to buy at the end of this season. Well, at the just ended season, so they are still negotiating with Chelsea to see whether they'll be able to get Romelu Lukaku for a permanent stay. Now, Arsenal also closing in on signing Ajax defender Julian Timber, and Chelsea's German forward Kai Havertz. And Manchester United remain interested in signing Barcelona midfielder Frankie de Jong, with Bayern Munich also exploring the possibility of recruiting the Netherlands international. And Brighton have yet to receive any official offer for Ecuador midfielder Moises Caicedo. And although we know that clubs including Chelsea are keen on him. Now, former England midfielder Jesse Lingard, who is 30, is considering all options and has not ruled out a move to Saudi Arabia. And Sheffield Wednesday are in talks with former Aston Villa boss Dean Smith about the vacant manager's job at the club. And finally, former Juventus boss Andrea Pirlo has been appointed manager of Serie A side Sampdoria on a 2-year deal. Sampdoria were relegated at the end of the Serie A season, and Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti has settled the High Court dispute with Everton. He had sued the club he managed between December 2019 and 2021 due to some general commercial contracts. And a statement from John Mehrad Casey and Quastels LLP on behalf of Ancelotti said the two parties had reached an amicable resolution of the dispute between the two. And Crystal Palace forward Wilfred Zaha and rapper Stormzy have agreed a deal to buy a non-league club, AFC Croydon. Now, the pair, who both grew up in the South London borough, are part of a 3-man consortium alongside former Palace head and player care Danny Young. Now, AFC Croydon compete in the 9th tier of English football, and announcing the agreement, the club said the consortium will own, operate and develop their childhood hometown football club. All right, so that'll be it for sports here this morning. It's 24 minutes to 8. My name is Delali Atiase. David Akwete will continue with the rest of the show. But the high school debate is getting interesting and it's getting hotter and hotter. And I know today is going to be another big one at the Christian Service Auditorium, Christian Service University College Auditorium. Yes, David. So today, what's happening? Another big event, another big one.
Yeah, the first time winners of the Love FM high school debate was TIMAS.
Yeah, okay.
And they are pitching their strength this afternoon at 2 p.m. against Yasantua Senior High.
Slim Buster and his people. Okay.
So that's what's up this afternoon. So Yasantua and TIMAS.
Okay. Yeah. Amasphobia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we'll wait to see what's going to happen anyway. But thank you very much for listening. And all roads will be leading to the Christian Service University College. I'll be there myself.
It's a holiday.
Yes, it's going to be a holiday.
You'll also be there.
We are going to enjoy the holiday.
Any plans to receive some meat from some friends?
No. When it happens like this, I just remember Saeed Ali Yakubu by now, or maybe later in the day you come and your polythene bag will be there with your money, with your meat,
Yeah.
But maybe some will come, we don't know, but we hope so.
Would you say that climate change is the greatest threat to human existence?
It is.
It is,
David.
I think it's not.
If you look at how our forest is,
I think it is not.
What is the? So what is it? If that is not.
So that's the motion for this afternoon.
Hey,
I don't
really?
want you to speak. I don't want you to speak. So somebody said we're giving a pop to somebody. So that's what stopped you from speaking.
Understand you.
That's what stopped you from speaking.
Okay then. All right. So enjoy the rest of the show with David and the rest of the team. Bye bye.
FPAC is effective for headache and relieves the symptoms of flu, cold, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pain. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness and rheumatic pains. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior is a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away. This advertisement is FDA approved.
1xBet Jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Cargo handling can be so tiring. Having to shuffle between banks to make payments. And waiting hours for payment confirmation. And worst of all, incurring avoidable costs due to payment delays. Charlie. But with EcoBank, making cargo payment has become super convenient through their digital self-service and in-branch channels. Sail smoothly with EcoBank and experience our one-stop payment solutions for all your cargo-related payments. Pay your customs duties and all levies, terminal handling and shipping line fees, and enjoy smart financing solutions to support your cargo handling operations. Contact us on 0800 003 225 or walk into the nearest EcoBank branch to find out more. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Are you worried about your future? Do you want to gain relevant skills that will allow you to get a job or start your own job? Then look to the Design and Technology Institute. DTI is Ghana's first private accredited TVET institution. We offer 3 attractive industry courses in precision welding and fabrication, design innovation, and entrepreneurship. The training at DTI will prepare you for the world of work. At DTI, we provide a practical hands-on approach to help you sharpen your talent in a conducive learning environment. What are you waiting for? Pick up your admission form from our campus at Mempasem, East Legon now. Visit our website, dtiafrica.com. Call us on 0541 693 534 to unlock your full potential. DTI, wired for jobs.
Royal Foam, promotion Royal Foam. Get it in your muscle. You bet your pillow free. Get 10% discount.
Oh la la! Ghana for Muntie, Egomaya where the Atadwe Yatidene, Royal Foam Ghana Limited, the saving country Ghana for. Sir, and they will be at Tuniamono, Modio Montio, Royal Foam Ghana for at a 10% discount. Afriso, Nempono, mattress be a Obeto every Royal Foam Ghana Limited Hono. Yamau pillow free. This is your time. Wonso Umreni, and was the Royal Foam mattress at Dasso. No Winyamontoso. For Royal Foam Ghana, it was 020-227-1000. Enjoy Royal Foam Ghana Limited for a mattress. Number 1 inch.
Royal Foam,
Kikadia, Royal Foam for Atitibeni Sokra.
Royal Foam Ghana Limited, would the Chipata.
Royal Foam still leading.
Get 10% discount.
Yo, what's good, people? It's B2, baby. It's your boy T. So guess what, Charlie? We are coming to Kumasi. You understand? Rich Condos, Dope Nation is coming. We are going to be in the building.
Yeah, Charlie. Make everybody gather for the Terminal 3 nightclub, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. On
Charlie.
1st July, we are coming to Rich Condos,
Dope Nation.
Every day we party. Every day we party. Now every day we party.
Syntex is a market leader in water tanks in Ghana. Our sizes range from 100 liters up to 25,000 liters, and they are available in many different colors. Did you know Syntex doesn't just do tanks? Syntex is your one-stop shop for all your plastic packaging needs. Call 0505 555 666 to find out more, or message us on our social media handles at Syntex Ghana. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. It was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he bought it himself. I said, "Sure." He said, "F4." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. It was my neighbor. I said, neighbor. He said, "F4, my dog has jammed your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife and kids came home and we sat down to enjoy. So, it was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far.
Lele, tasty food, happy family.
This advert is FDA approved.
شملنا أنت هدية من
right, so Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers out there. Is Baraka Disangla for them. It's the Festival of Sacrifices, and we hope that all the caution that we give to our dear Muslim brothers and sisters out there during the week has sunk in, where we're told that there's this outbreak of anthrax, and so therefore they should be mindful and watchful of the sacrifices that they'll be making. So if you get a cattle or you get a sheep and you realize that there is some fluids from the nostrils and not that, be mindful, be guided, be warned. And the advice was for us to have bought the meat the animals 3 days before today, so we could observe them at home. But if you were not able to do that, what you can also do is to, when you're about to slaughter the animals, make sure that you get the veterinary people involved so that they would help you to identify if the animal has any disease or not. Once again, we wish you all the very best. I know that the celebration is going to be on throughout the rest of the week. Yeah. That is through today up until maybe Friday and Saturday and all that.
Yes, David, and just to say that I'll leave for the Christian service at 1. So those who are to send meat, please, I'm on the timeline.
I remember 2 years ago, one of our resource persons came into the studios with some meat when we were going to have a conversation with him. And I like the meat, but I like the powdered pepper more because it tastes so beautiful. The yaji tastes so beautiful. It tastes so beautiful. All right, so you've heard. Usually, he's appealing for meat. If you have some meat, bring
not
meat.
Just him. We are all waiting.
But David, still on our Muslims. I think one thing that you've not talked about much is their prowess when it comes to cooking. I think some of the best food I've ever eaten were done by Muslims, and I don't know how they do it, but they have this unique way of cooking. And they have this special bowl kind of thing that they serve it.
The colored one.
The colored one. I don't know whether the bowl is spiced or something.
Have you also noticed that a lot of food from the Muslim communities are usually taken as breakfast?
Yes.
I've
never eaten some before.
But for people who,
I'm not saying it's breakfast, but it's taken as breakfast.
But for people who are hoping to have some cocoa, some dieho, and so what today
is a disappointment.
Yeah, David, I was about to say keto. I
just forget it. But listen, the Love FM High School debate continues today. We'll witness contest 8 in today's debate. The schools that will be participating in the competition today will be Yasantua Senior High School and TI Mass. Now, for your information, we began this competition in 2018. The first school to have won that contest, I mean, the Love FM High School debate was TI Mass. They have never been able to defend their title. They've never been able to make it to the finals again. They have vowed to make it to the final this time around and even win it for a second time. We wish both schools the very best. But yesterday we were thrilled to another beautiful contest at the traditional grounds, that is the Christian Service University College, where there was a contest between Opong Memorial and Anglican Senior High School. For me, I will say that it's always exciting when the competition is over and then the patrons themselves will tell you that or we lost. Yesterday, that's what happened. I mean, when the contest was over, even before we announced the results, the patrons themselves had communicated to some people that it didn't go their way. And yesterday wasn't the first time. I mean, it's been happening in this year's contest. One other exciting thing I like about this year's competition is the fact that we have introduced a few things just to improve upon the contest. So hitherto, if 2 judges should score for one particular school and the third judge's score, put together beats that of the 2 previous judges' score, then the school that has the highest score wins. This time around, what we've decided to do is to introduce a new thing we call either the unanimous or the majority decision. The majority decision is when 2 judges score for a particular school, and then a third judge scores also for the other school, and then his or her marks, put together is more than the 2 judges. What we decided to do this time around is that once 2 judges score for a particular school, that school qualifies to the next stage of the competition. So majority decision. But then we have the unanimous decision where all 3 judges, score for a particular school. Like I said yesterday, the battle was between Opong Memorial Senior High School and Super Cas or Anglican Senior High School. to be honest with you, I haven't heard about Upon Memorial up until the contest began. And so I was wondering how they will fare in the competition. I was wondering whether they'll be able to pitch a very good, give a good account of themselves against Supercars. But from where I sit and listening, I think that the principal speaker for Upon Memorial gave the best intro to the 2023 edition of the Love FM High School debate so far. All the schools that have listened to, his intro to me has been the best so far. I don't know about Eugene or Setutu, but it was a beautiful contest yesterday. It's not to take anything away from Supercars. Their lady and their supporting speaker also gave a very, very good account of themselves. And yes, it was beautiful. Before we do anything else, take a listen to the principal speaker of Upon Memorial whilst he was doing his opening or his introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, although it is a truism that publishing and declaring assets of all public officials is a crucial tool in the fight against corruption worldwide, Bedisku, Reid, Gilman and Trapno 2009 knows that its potency lies in its capacity to make easier the identification of instances of illicit enrichment, contributing to anti-money laundering and asset recovery efforts, helping in the management of conflict of interest, and providing evidence of illicit flows. This way, asset declaration and publishing becomes a verification mechanism, a tangible yardstick for measuring unusual increase or irregularities in the asset of all public officials with reference to their entering asset or wealth.
So he made use of the space allotted to him. He made use of his limbs, he made use of everything he had. And what did you just say, Leo Stanley? You were not there yesterday. I'm sure this is the first time you're listening to this.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Just the way he communicates, very articulate, Tonoboase, and then his body language and everything is just beautiful.
And of course, there are some who would come and they will read from a script, either written or printed.
It sounds like a recital.
But this guy, throughout his presentation, never looked on anything and just delivered. If you want more, you want to appreciate what it is we're talking about, listen, we're live on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM, and we're bringing to you excerpts on Facebook as well. So go check it out for yourself. Today's a holiday, and encourage your young ones to also pick up the habit of debating. It is good. So in the next, let's say, 5, 6, 7 years, they'll also be debating for their senior high schools. But like I said, we cannot take anything away from Anglican Senior High. This is their supporting speaker.
The chair, our worry is upon all the tried and true means of fighting corruption. Why should only publishing of assets be sifted out of the lot to be the only means to curb this evil? The chair, we are of the view that in the fight against corruption, there is no one approach that fits all. Hence, selecting of publishing of assets and properties alone is akin to suffering from selective amnesia. Seriousness demands that we should leave no stone unturned in fighting this canker. To select a measure and expect it to fight the problem of corruption is without doubt a lazy man's approach.
And again, he also gave a very good account of himself, just like the principal speaker.
Like a politician.
And for Supercars, even as at 1 p.m., they were not setting as to who would be debating for them. Simply because they have 6 debaters. All 6 debaters are so good. So damn good to the extent that they were caught between choosing this person over that person. They couldn't choose up until 1 p.m. And then they settled on these 2. Eugene, you were there in the auditorium. How did it go for you yesterday?
Well, David, I would say that one of the finest debates I've watched so far was yesterday. I also haven't heard of Upon Memorial. Actually, I thought it was Kwesi Opon SHS, the one I think around Swami.
That's what I mean, yeah.
So when you closed and we were coming back, that was when we in the kind of conversations and Kate will bear me out. That was when I got to know, so it's not them. So apparently they are from, I think, the Bekwai Enclave, the area. But I think that was a bad strategy for cars, what you just said about they not settled. You see, David, when you are put on such a stage that you can see the principal speaker, the lady. So the guy who spoke was actually the supporting speaker. Yeah. The principal speaker fumbled for the first 2 minutes. She just couldn't gather herself. And I think that they should have at least settled. Yes, we are all good. We all can do so. But there should have been some focal points. And per what I picked, the girl was super in the prelims. The cast lady, she was super in the prelims. I don't know where the confusion came from that they had to delay in settling on who
For the
should lead
zonal
them.
competition, Eugene, you are very much aware that the crowd is different.
Yes,
you are very much aware that you know the televisions, the Facebook, the radio, all that is different.
Yeah. But then what I'm saying is that you picked a certain momentum. So irrespective of the different audience, you have you are leveraging experience. You are leveraging because you also meet crowd. We saw the pictures from the crowd were full. So when there's a bit of uncertainty, you may even lose your train of thought. And
I said the same thing to one of their patrons yesterday. What I said to him was that, listen, if you had settled on your two key debaters early, the debaters themselves would have psyched themselves, knowing that, well, I am representing my school.
They are carrying the mantle of the whole school.
So they would have psyched themselves. But the strategy that they took, I will not psych myself because I'm not really prepared for anything. I'm doing my best. If I'm choosing, fine. But if they knew that they were going to be the ones who are going to represent their school, they would have, prepared adequately for it. But having said all this, I mean, it was a very beautiful contest yesterday. And again, it brought to the fore the commitment of, I won't talk about the teachers or the patrons, the students or the debaters themselves, how much work, has gone into their preparation. Because you realize that a lot of research work has been done.
Yes, David, when you listen to, and I had the opportunity to speak to a patron from CAS, and he said that it would take, when the principal speaker for Pond Memorial spoke, they knew that it would take a mountain of work to undo what the guy did. The guy was stellar, and so far, as the producer of this program, if I'm to choose the best principal speaker, undoubtedly I go for that guy. I don't know the name, but the guy, he spoke. There was clarity of thought, and you see, genius and intellect is palpable when you are listening to the debates. And as you said, there's no competition that has done that. The patrons of the schools will say that, oh, genius is palpable. You can see that the guy is good, and the points you're raising were very legitimate. And you see, that's why the time is 10 minutes. Don't rush, even if it's 3 points. Convince us. And yesterday I was so glued to them, and I was listening. I enjoyed the supporting speaker of CAS too. He was also so clear. He understood the context. But I think that because they have a bit of a false start, it robbed off him a bit. And he was also a bit jittery in presentation and all that. But I think that the patrons sometimes, David, sometimes when he sit back, maybe afterthought, but sometimes when I sit back, I'm able to identify a lot of, shortcomings or punch holes in their strategy.
Loopholes in there. Yeah.
Loopholes in their strategy. Because I feel that guy for CAS was so good. And I don't know why he didn't start. But
you were hoping that he would have been the principal speaker. But again, if the patrons, they are with the students.
Yeah, exactly.
They observe the students. They know the strengths of the students. They know what they are looking for the students.
The principal, the supporting speaker for CAS, it was just 30 seconds of video that I've seen. It felt like, it didn't feel like a debate, but it feels like he was actually saying something that is important to him in a normal conversation, which I think is one of the things that I always look out for in a debate, rather than just the cabra for
All right, so let's go to the phone lines now and quickly engage with the patrons of the schools that will be doing battle today. And we know that Yasa Ntwa will be facing T.I. Amas, and Prosper Dogbe is the patron for Yas, and TZ is the patron for T.I. Amas. Gentlemen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Prosper, can you hear me? Hello, Prosper.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, good to have you, Prosper. TZ, I mean, from where I sit as the moderator, I'm excited to have T.I. Amas join us again for the main contest of the Love FM High School debate. When we began the contest in 2018, it was T.I. Amas that won that edition, and so you coming back into the main contest gives me a lot of joy because I know what you guys are capable of. But as the patron for the school, how does that make you feel, making it to the 2023 edition? TZ, can you hear me?
Yeah, David, I can hear you. Good morning to you and good morning to your cherished listeners. Just like you rightly said, in 2018 we made it, and 2023 we are going to make it. So how do I feel? I feel excited. especially of the fact that we have to meet Yasantua, our friend. Ima has been a friend, and Prosper too is a friend, and it's rather unfortunate that in a debate like this, we just have to meet friends and then kick them off the scene and then move on as we are aiming the trophy.
Won the first competition that we put together in 2018. Ever since, you have never been able to make it even to the semis or let's say even win the trophy again. How has the feeling been like for you?
Okay, so I think it all has to do with there are a lot of factors for feeling. Yes, there are times you, even as a family man, your wife's meal wouldn't be the same as you always tasted. So there are days you get good students, there are other times you get students who aren't committed to the game, and a lot of factors actually happen. That notwithstanding, you realize that every blessed year we have always featured in the main contest. So that should tell everybody that TIMS is actually a school to watch out for.
All right, so what do you make of your crop of debaters for this year, and what should we, expect from you?
I think you have not yet seen the best yet. Thank God today is just a holiday, a very wonderful holiday, and then everyone will be home. I pray that they just get the connection well so that they watch what students of TIMS would bring to board this particular day. I can assure everybody that the holiday is never going to be boring at all because I have a wonderful surprise for them this afternoon.
Well, you heard him. He says the holiday is not going to be boring at all because he has a surprise for each and every one of you. You can enjoy this debate at 2 p.m. on television on the Joy Learning channel on Multi TV. You can enjoy it on Love 99.5 by way of radio. You can also enjoy it on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM. So, TZ, are we going to have both sexes or one particular sex representing Amas today?
Well, I had wanted to let my boys beat them. On the other way around, I was thinking about the fact that since they represent the feminine side, I will give them the taste of their own medicine. So I'll give them one lady and then one guy.
I see. So let me speak to Prosper Dogbe. Prosper, if you can hear me, good morning once again to you, sir.
Hello, David.
Yeah, so Prosper, you've heard TZ. He says, well, he has something up his sleeve, and that thing is to defeat, Yasantua Senior High. How ready are your girls for this afternoon's contest?
Well, David, first of all, let me thank Love FM for the program they keep organizing to give these young ones the opportunity to show the world what they have in them. Yasantua, this is not our first time in this game. We've been through the stages since its inception. And it's not been the only platform that has been available to us where we've proved our worth. However, in this enterprise, which is very impressionistic, you don't make a lot of noise. We only prepare and deliver and see how the judges will see our delivery. So we are prepared. We are coming on board with the reigning national best speaker. So expect nothing but the best.
Did I hear you say you have the reigning national best debater in your team? Prosper, did I hear you say that you have the reigning national best debater in your team?
Oh, yes. Last year, we had national public speaking competition held nationwide. It included many schools from Ashanti. We beat a lot of schools from Ashanti. We qualified alongside Prempeh to represent the region. We met a breed girls, a lot of top schools, and we met the best public speaker. And we are bringing that person on board. She has the experience from last year. She was here last year, and she's leading the team. So you can expect nothing but the best.
Prosper,
how my colleague when he said perhaps you've not seen the best. I think today we give audience the best so far.
Well, so I hear TZ talk about the best, yet to come. I hear Prosper say same. Prosper, tell me, how is it like working with these young girls?
Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
How is it like working with these young girls, preparing them for a contest such as this? Did you hear me?
No, I didn't.
My question is, you are working with these young girls, preparing them for a contest such as this, and I'm talking about the Love FM High School debate. How is it like working with them?
If I got you right, you're asking how you're working with the girls.
How it's like working with them? How it is like, yeah.
It's on our side. It's not a deal of a problem. Having been with them for some time and grooming them, they understand that, they know the demand of the game, and we are privileged to have a group of students who are eager to do something and leave a legacy for the school, and that's their most.
Tell me this. I mean, have you been following this year's contest so far? What are your general views of the schools that have represented, in the competition so far?
Once again, I didn't hear you clearly, but if it is about my impression about the contests that have been held so far.
Yes, that's what it is, Prosper.
Good. Then I would say it's not been bad at all. There are no minnows in this game. You underrate any school and you laugh at the wrong side of your mouth. So just prepare, come, deliver. And the odds should be on your side if you deliver well. So that's what we are counting on, experience, and watch out for us. We are just going to take it one contest at a time and see how far we go.
Before you take leave of us, Prosper, TZ is still on the line. That is Michael TZ. What do you want to say to him?
Well, we are colleagues in this game. Let's come and see what the girls and the guys will do. I think everybody should watch out for today's contest. We are home. Those who can come. Those who can come and want to watch and enjoy yourself. Because what we are going to talk about is of public interest. So everybody be glued to your TV set. If you can make it, why not? Show up. And may the good side win. So
and what about you, TZ? What do you want to say to Prosper Dogbe?
I think Prosper has spoken well this time, especially with the fact that he mentioned that he has made a good school. So once it's an adjective, I think made the best school win. But then the good news is that today is our day. David, you and I know how these kids are always excited when they have to vacate our day, that final day. So today is a special day for us as a Muslim school. Today is the day that we are celebrating the biggest festival, Eid al-Adha, and for that matter, it will be a prize, a bonus, an excitement for my fellow Muslims and brothers and families everywhere to just sit, relax, and then get excited of the fact that they are emerging victorious in this game. So I wish my brother well too, but of course, we are going for it at all costs.
I hear you, Prosper Dogbe. I hear you, Michael TZ. Thank you very much. And for your information, the motion this afternoon is climate change is the greatest threat to human existence. And, Yasantua, they are for the motion, and Hamas are against the motion. They've both spoken well, haven't they? And TZ tells us, for example, that we haven't seen the best yet. And then Prosper says, well, they have the best, public speaker from a contest last year in their camp.
Well, David, when I don't know, but when you told me the motion this morning, I don't know why I didn't see it. I think that most lecturers in Kenya will be smiling today. David talks about the didactic nature of the motions and how it addresses various diverse fields of our country. You all know climate change. Some believe it's a hoax, some believe it's true. So they are debating. I have my own view because of where I stand, but I can't share it. So, but I think it's a very interesting motion, and I hope that they are doing so, because David, when you look at even sustainability or sustainable development, one of the key conversations that is going around the world with a lot of funding opportunities for countries to do a lot of things is climate change.
You talk about the SDGs, huh?
The SDGs and all that, and also climate change and all that, clean energy, green. This morning, Leah and I were talking about green economies and all that. So it's very, very key. And I particularly will be looking at, because maybe I may get points for some other business that I'm doing. So I hope that they're able to excel. And also it's a very interesting school. They are both category A school. David, you know where I have friends in all those schools, and sometimes I say to them, sometimes they come to me, I use media and say David do kind of they know that they've been defeated. But let's see how it goes.
What do you make of the fact that people watch us, on Facebook and drop comments, especially when the debaters begin the contest and making superb deliveries and people pick up those presentations or submissions and drop comments about them? How does that make you feel?
Oh, David, it just as organizers and as producers, you know that people are watching. Yesterday, for example, when you look at when they listen to the comments that part was given and read, and you clearly know that even the public watching from afar had judged for Upon Memorial. Yes. And David, you see, and it's also a means of encouraging them, because it will be read out. So when they hear some of it, and sometimes it can be friends. So when they hear the name of people saying that they appreciate what they are hearing, how they are performing, and I think that is excite them and it's make them want to do more for their schools. And people should be encouraged to do that, because you see, for example, you and I didn't know of Upon Memorial. I owe a long touch us or Akoshi Upon, because I've heard them before, But for them to come there and win against CAS, it's a big deal, right? So I think that it's a good thing. It's a good thing for some of these people, and they should capitalize on it to sell their schools and all that. Because now, if someone comes to me, I went to school for my son, he's good at debating, I'll say maybe go to Bopata or maybe go to Pomo and all that. So
yeah. And also, I think what we also need to do, and let me quickly chip in this, that let's say, after the main contest on a particular day, the day after, so for example, yesterday we had Upon Memorial and Anglican Senior High. Today there's going to be a repeat broadcast at 4:30 on Joy Prime. All right, so we have said to you that we had the best intro to the debate for 2023 yesterday. We've said to you that the two schools were awesome yesterday. You want to see it for yourself. And like we keep saying, encourage your young ones to pick up the habit of public speaking, to pick up the art of debating. It broadens their horizon. The research work alone, the confidence that it will build for them and all that, that's so much for them. So sit behind your television set today. It's a holiday, 4:30 p.m. on Joy Prime. Watch the playback. But today at 2, we'll be live on the Joy Learning channel. And our sponsors have been amazing, haven't they? And I like it when, for example, Christian Service University says to the students that let's say we have scholarships for you. Mrs. Theodosia Jackson of the Jackson Education Complex, who is of course the chairperson and the ambassador, will also tell you that let's say have all these programs available for you within Ghana and outside Ghana and all that. It tells you that
Zest Consult
it gives a lot of opportunities to the students out there, doesn't it?
It does. And David, you see, it's not just about winning. And I think that next week, I have a brief that Zest Consult will come in and we speak to these students who got the opportunity to, go to the United States and all that. They didn't win, but they are getting visas to go outside the country to study.
They've gotten visas
to go to outside the country to study. And David,
on scholarship, they're not paying fees. It's on scholarship.
Exactly. So it's not just about winning. It's also about
brain drain. A blessing or
this is going to steady. This is not going to work outside.
That was a good one, by the way. But David, you see, sometimes even the friends you make. Personally, I was thinking through something over the weekend. I'll achieve a certain milestone on 27 November, my birthday. And I was thinking to David, I can clearly say that most of the things that has come to me in life is by association and people I've met. Not family, not my education, not my certificate. So it tells you that even when you come to the auditorium, maybe someone you meet, maybe another colleague debater from somewhere. Life happens that our destinies are sometimes intertwined, and you don't know what exactly will give you a job somewhere or open a certain door for you. So I think that is a good thing, and that's why I'm happy that. And Mrs. Jackson always puts it right. The patrons, the job that they are doing, they are shaping destinies, and they are changing generations. some of these students will be the ones to break a certain chain of poverty or a certain chain of academic, difficulty or something. They may be the first people to go to university, the first people to maybe be a PhD holder and something. And one day you may trace it back, and it may be from the high school. You don't know what holds for these guys as they as they are traveling, but we know certainly that they will make a certain impact. And one day, Ghana will benefit from that impact and that experience that they are going to Ghana in the foreign land and in the United States.
Now, putting some of these things together, it's not cheap.
Yeah,
having a program on television for almost 2 hours, it's not cheap. And for those of you who have businesses and you advertise on television, you'd appreciate what we're talking about. I mean, how much you pay for the airspace in terms of your adverts. It doesn't come cheap. So we have heard from you, go nationwide. We can't go nationwide if we have your support. And if you watch carefully, we have planned it so well such that we have people from the lower primary level partaking in a quiz competition. So the Love FM quiz, the Love FM primary school quiz is there to shape the minds of these young ones, to propel them to the next level. And if you follow carefully, you realize that some of the questions and areas of study that they respond to is not cheap.
So yesterday I told you about the taxi driver, the Uber driver who says was a classmate.
So
he actually mentioned that, and it was like he was listening to the primary school quiz. He said, "Hey, question yeah, penny for cry anymore."
Very true. Very true. So that is what
is David Smith.
Yes.
I need to get the number because yesterday a certain motion was tabled and I was against that motion. So we need to interrogate. So should I tell you what the motion was? No, David, relax. Should I tell you what the motion was? So David was saying that when back in the day when he was in high school, he used to be.
I didn't do high school.
Secondary school. He used to be 100 meters athlete.
I said I was an athlete.
No, but I said 100 meters.
I said I was an athlete.
The audio is there.
I said I was an athlete.
The kid can give us the audio. So immediately he said, because he was, and I spoke in his ear, I said I'm against that motion. So today I've commissioned a whole team to interrogate
the claims.
So you realize that we have this quiz for primary schools, helping them study, helping them, build confidence and think on their feet. And they have excelled so far. They've done so well. Next year it will come your way again. You realize that we don't have something for the junior high school. We don't have something yet for the universities. We are planning something and we'll get there shortly, But I think that we need the support from more of corporate Ghana. If we will be able to continue doing this, if we will go national with this, if we will be able to do the junior high schools and the unis, we need more support from corporate Ghana. So far, it's been very good, but I think we can do much more than we're doing right now. Eugene, you agree?
Yeah, David. And I just wanted to do some maths for people. So just imagine 4 TV screens. It goes on from 12 because I have to do post-production. You have to do production. Imagine about 3 computers on.
It's more than 3 from what I've seen.
Yes, I'm just let's say 3 laptops, about 3. They are all live, microphones live, everything live. We have 2 hours of airtime, which are already commercialized. So imagine all that. And David, transportation, a liter of petrol is now 11-12 cedis, right? So it's a whole package. And that's why I always come here. I say that if you even have money and don't know what to do with it, just pick one of those students and say that I'm putting him or her through school. Well, David, I believe that one of the best investments you can give anybody is education. You never know how they will turn up. And you see, educating them is not just about they having a degree, but it's about their mind. Recently, I was reading an article on France. And France has about 90% of their people at tertiary education level. The importance of that is that when a policy is tabled and when they are having national conversations, it enriches the discourse. The discourse is important. So when you want to do a assembly registration, for example, somebody say, "I don't register." No, they know the importance of it. They understand that.
So for them, when they are choosing a leader, it's not about on the buyer chair,
no. They understand the conversation. They're able to debate policy, because I believe that one of the key reasons why our nation is not developing at the rate it needs to develop, because majority of us do not understand a lot of things. And therefore, how even our politicians treat it, because they know that they've impoverished us when it comes to thoughts. And you see, the one way to develop a country is by capturing the minds of the people. You know, there's this French, they say "Ekojisum I am" or something. I think so. I am. So why the white man will come? They will change your education, because when they're able to capture your mind, they will do a lot of things for you. So they will or
do a lot of things to you.
Yes,
you're talking about indoctrination, huh?
Yes, through education, and through religion, and all that. So we must be able to educate our people.
They know how gullible we are.
Exactly.
And even when you want to stand up and fight for your rights, they try to find ways and means of clipping your wings. You know what they did to Occupy Ghana when people wanted to speak and do things, and then they say, oh, you've spoken against this person, you've done this against that person, you are arrested, you are going to be prosecuted, and all that. They do things to clip your wings, but when you have the right knowledge and the right information,
you can face them fair and square.
Indeed, it can. All right. So, what are your expectations? I mean, Yasantwa, Amas, Justali?
I know definitely it's going to be an interesting one. First, because Tia Amas has, they have a point to prove. They were the first winners of the first edition, and then today also being a holiday for Muslims and they being a Muslim school, they just have a lot to show us today. And Yasantwa girls, we all know the pedigree of the school in terms of education. Their track record is known. Yeah. So I think that one is also going to reflect in how they are going to present their argument. So it's going to be a tough one, an interesting one.
But if you want to sponsor anything, maybe the best female debater, the best male debater, the best anthem, something to show support and solidarity for our cause, 0244340397 is the number for one of our managers. He's with the relationship department. I think before we call it the sales and marketing manager. His name is Isaac Aintree. Call him and tell him that, listen, you want to do something. It is 0244340347. Aside from that, maybe you want to get in touch with some other person and support this worthy cause. You can also speak to our events person or events manager on 0245594425. His name is Eric. 0245594425. Get in touch with him.
David, especially the female, I think that I'm appealing. If someone can, they should, best female something. David, I don't know. I'm biased when it comes to women. You see, lot of abuse, lot of all these teenage pregnancies and all that is because of empowerment.
Yeah.
And one way to empower people is to educate them. I think that people should look at that.
Do you have the right doors for your home, for your banking halls, for your warehouse? Well, if you do not, then listen carefully, because I've got some doors from Israel for you. Now, when we talk about Israel and security, you should know what we're talking about. All right. So we're talking about Weedy Locks, and they deal in Israeli security doors. Now, their doors are elegant. That is nice. They are affordable, which means you can buy it, and they're durable, so it means it can last long. It has gladiator locking systems, 13 bolts lock all round into the galvanized steel frame. Their doors do not make noise when opened or closed, which does not allow people, that is to say bad people, to monitor the movement of people in the home. It is specifically coated with powder paint to avoid peeling of paint. It weighs over 60 kg for a single door. It comes in single, large, 1.5 and double doors. You can also order for special height doors. Their doors are made of galvanized steel, which means it is rust-free. At Weedy Locks, keys are coded with 5 keys per each door, which cannot be duplicated. Now, if you want peace of mind, security at home, the office, the banking hall, or even the warehouse, go straight to Weedy Locks. They have a door that lasts so long without replacement. There's a special offer that is ongoing right now. It's for architects, for building contractors and real estate developers. Contact them at their showroom at Kwahoma off the Daban-Sokoban Road, or you can call or send a WhatsApp to 050-8777-755 or 0575-777755. With the Locks, we protect what matters most to you. Now let's talk about money. Money, everybody needs money. And Charlie, people are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing *959#. Selecting the game of the day, be it Monday special all the way to Sunday Asida. Now, but it be like say, boys don't know the rundown. Make I tell you something. Since you play via Momo, your winnings are paid also via Momo. Same day, and this kind of excitement, they make the boys talk. They talk too much. See, make I tell you something. That's your girlfriend. You won't tell, say, you win 590 mobile. Just imagine all the type of hair, clothes, and bags she go buy just to sweep your account's empty. Imagine if your mother gets to know. She will give half your winnings to the church harvest and not to even speak of your boys. All the booze in town, you go pay for them because, for example, today's a holiday, you go pay for them. So, Charlie, you for no say, money changes people, so keep your winnings on the hush. Always remember to stick responsibly. It's not for persons below the age of 18 years. 519 mobile. And that won't send. I've got some great news for business owners as well. Now, CBG Business Plus is what I'm talking about. Now, are you an SME business owner, school, hospital, church, club, or an association? At CBG, we understand that every CD counts when you are working to grow your business. That is why we have designed this interest-bearing business account that gives you true value for money. CBG Business Plus account offers you attractive interest rates, access to checkbooks, USSD banking, local and international cards, alerts, internet banking, the CBG mobile app, CBG money voucher platform, and top-notch relationship management. Walk into any of our 114 branches nationwide to get your Business Plus account today. For more information, you can call CBG on 0302 216 000. Send them a mail to info@cbg.com.gh or visit their website at www.cbg.com.gh. Or you can also send us messages to our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. Now, it's been an amazing Ashanti Fest so far, and Ashanti Fest 2023 on MTN, and the fun is not over yet. Listen, for all our lovely people in Asanteman, we are still showing you loads of love and showing you with great offers, or showering you with great offers. So this Ashanti Fest, dial *141# to enjoy up to 1 GB extra data when you buy your unique data bundles on MTN just for you. This is a special offer just for you, lovely people of Asanteman. Osekrom, Ashanti Fest be the brutal. Come, let's have fun. Stay connected everywhere you go. Now, let's talk about Syntex. What is your preferred color of tank? Well, I prefer, dark blue. Yeah, that's what I prefer. Syntex has it. What guarantee do you want? Syntex has it. What kind of inner layer do you want? Is it double, triple, quadruple? As many inner layers you want, Syntex has it. So remember, no matter your water needs, Syntex has it. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough. We have over 300 agents nationwide. To order a tank, call 0244 335 168. Visit Syntex on social media at Syntex Ghana or shop online on www.syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough. Now, in a bit, we'll be crossing over to join 99.7 for the Super Morning Show's continuation. Any more, it's in the seats this morning. But for now, we've got some messages for you. All right, so I'm told that we have the feed now, so let's cross over to join 99.7 for the Super Morning Show.
And it has given rise to a lot of higgly, mango, and then abracadabra. And I think it is time we all put all these things to a stop and as a country begin to redefine new paradigm shifts in fighting corruption. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time.
I can mention some plans specially for you, so don't put me for waiting. Any little thing that we do, she be between me and you. Happy birthday, this be your cake. The party tonight before my place. Invite all your friends, Rose and Kato. Disaster like me, they work for NATO. Oh my darling, yeah, Melissa. Post make a who could take the picture. If I no marry you in future, like a craze, I just wanna be a mister. Oh my darling, yeah, Melissa. Oh brony, Melissa. It's more watching, it's more pizza. Oh brony, Melissa. Oh my darling, yeah. Oh brony, Melissa. It's more watching, it's more pizza.
Super Morning Show is always the best. Joy. Don't stop, no, don't stop. Come close to me, baby, no, don't stop. I want this daily. I've fallen in love, I cannot deny. Why you wanna treat me? now, cause I do one side for you. Baby, my heart don't lie, it's so fast, very fast around you. Joy, 99.7
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, this is Kobe Mike. You're speaking from MTN office.
Kobe. How am fat?
Joy 99.7 FM.
Till I fade out, you the vibe no pure on my way out. Pull balu, anytime we step out, the men them outside, we know they house. No they look for us, we know they house. To the city mula, we don't spray out. Thank God, said you don't pay out. Oh, see, I'm my head up, them my shoe at you. Fall out, gallo with me, no man fit up to me, know me, you go collect. See, I'm on a me, they lead a shoe at you. I'm a fall out, gallo with me, no man fit up to me, know me, you go collect. Chasing my friends and click. When I call them, I all pulling up. We strap up with the and the swords and things sprinkle to anybody who try to test me. I'm your dad, I'm your uncle, I'm your popsy. I be old man, no go, they call me Gen Z. Brother C, steady giving them the what you love for. They can never near me. As my lover, just go. My own boy, don't show. I'm on my polo white, my face show. Sweet boy for life, you don't know.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, this is Kobe Mike. You're speaking from MTN office.
Kobe. How am fat?
Joy FM. I love this station.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is
Nobody on fire. If I want to the center, say I be keeping the like Santa. Any day sweet spicy Fanta. You tell me say you know one wahala. You always to surrender. Just surrender, just surrender. You down for my waist. Just surrender,
It's a super morning on the Super Morning Show. Today's a holiday, so we're a little bit chilled as opposed to, how we usually do. But I hope you're enjoying it. The music is amazing. And we have some really great conversations coming up. I'd love to know what you're eating. I've been asking you all morning, so hashtag JoySMS. We're also live and interactive on Facebook. And our WhatsApp lines are open, 055-11-11997. So two things that we're talking about this morning. We're talking about yesterday's by-election, the Asin North election, and some of my colleagues will be joining me, and we'll be talking about how it went. We'll give you a recap if you missed any of it, the highs and the lows, what it means moving forward. And we have elections next year, so sometimes, these by-elections, when they happen, they kind of give you a glimpse into maybe what next year will look like, because next year is major. President John Mahama says this is kind of like a referendum to see how the government is doing in terms of making people happy or satisfying the electorate, and that may reflect next year. So we'll see. We'll have that conversation. I'd love to know what you think as well. Also, we're discussing family this morning. Our kids are home for holidays. It's a relatively short one. So just really asking you how you are coping with having them at home, and also for the kids, is it a short holiday? Is it too short? Are they getting enough rest? And then there's the school fees issue, there's the extra classes issue, the teachers issue, the books and uniforms issue. So we'll be having that conversation. But I'd like to say a very good morning to our listeners joining us from Kumasi, our Love FM squad. Welcome. I'm sure that you've had a great morning, and we can only promise you that it will continue. So let me tell you about the second edition of the 2023 ABSA Business Connect series. It comes up this Friday, June 30th, 2023 at 10 a.m. And the topic is New Thinking for Uncertain Times. Join our speaker, Theodore Albright, managing partner at the Family Office Africa, to embrace the power of a new mindset in uncertain times. The ABSA Business Connect series helps to take your businesses to the next level. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Light up your Eid. This Eid season, Electroland Ghana Limited is giving you discounts on a